All right, hey everybody, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for checking it out. So this is exactly what it's going to say in the thumbnail. It's all the video game stuff I picked up for June, and it's not even July 4th yet, and I'm filming that. That's how on top of things I am right now. But no, I actually got some stuff I'm excited to talk, show off, talk about. I know I said last month I'm kind of in a rut, like having a hard time with video games, like finding them out in the wild. It was a little different this month, and I'll get into that as I show the stuff off. The first thing I do want to show is early June, I think it was Father's Day, which is not really something I care about, but I am a father to at least 3 kids I know about, and they got me this like gift set. I think it's just like one of the like boxes you find at Target. I'm sure it was Target, actually, because that's where my wife shops a lot. But yeah, I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to open it now. I did obviously look at the back to see what was in it. And it's like the, I think like normal like tchotchke stuff you expect to get from like, a video game bundle of stuff from Target. But it was really nice. My wife does not video game at all. So for her to at least try to put in a little effort, it was nice. I appreciated it. The first thing, which I actually will use, I'll put this here and just pull stuff out, is some coasters. It would be nice to have coasters down in the game room, class it up a little bit. We'll see, but it's just 2 of them. That's fine. They're like actual like cork quality coasters. The brick and the question mark. Totally, that's cool. It would have been nice to have a set of 4. Why 2? Whatever. Then I kind of forgot this was in here. It's a blanket or a throw blanket. And it's not super big, but yeah, it's cool. That will go on good on like the back of like, can you even see it? I don't even know. If that's not a good picture, I will take one and post and put it in. But yeah, it'll go good on like the back of a chair or something. Maybe if I have like a really small person over, this could keep them warm in the winter. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it, but that's cool. It actually doesn't even feel like that bad of quality. So, yeah, that's fine. So far, I'm okay with this. This isn't bad. Let's grab something. Okay, so here is an acrylic LED light. Right there. The rest of the stuff actually comes in these individual boxes. So, let's get to it. By the way, if anyone's made it this far and hasn't given up because of this stupid thing, I will try to have posted the timestamp in the bottom when I get past this box, so you can skip it now if you have had enough and you just want to see actual video games. I completely understand. So yeah, this is a pretty basic box. It looks like it can run on a battery. 3, those have got to be AAAs from the size of it, right? Or it could be AA. I'm sure it says on here. I'm not going to take the time to read it. Also comes with a little cord if you don't want to put batteries in. And yeah, just a little stand that pops in here, and I'm assuming the light just catches in the acrylic. So that's neat. I'm sure it'll go on my computer desk. That'll be cool. So much stuff in here. Okay, here's a ceramic mug. I'm not even going to open this. Here is a little factoid about me that I don't think I've ever shared on here. Not like it's anything special, but I do not drink coffee. The last time I tried a sip of coffee was when I was 12 years old, which, sad to say, was over 3 decades ago. I don't like coffee. I don't like the smell of coffee. I just don't like to be around it. The only time I've ever cared about coffee was in Persona 5, when you're working at the coffee shop and Sojiro's teaching you about coffee. I was like, oh, this is cool to learn. Don't want to have coffee in my real life. In a video game, coffee's cool. And then, so yeah, I won't use that mug. I just won't. I don't know. If anyone wants a mug, actually, let me know. And then the last thing are these mini planters, which are, oh, that doesn't sound good. Are there actual, hold on, we gotta open it. I was gonna say, if they're just little planters, I would actually try to use these. I like plants, actually. But no, they're fake plants in them. Oh, I hate fake plants. That's another thing. Plants are supposed to be, it's a life. It's a living thing, and it's part of the environment. It's part of the world. Fake plants are plastic and the opposite of real plants, and they are a mockery of real plants, and I hate them. But this is cool. I mean, I'm gonna get rid of the fake plant. No, maybe I won't, because I don't know if that'll ruin that. But here's one. It's just the green sewer pipe. This one doesn't even. Oh, that's why, because the rocks came out. It's just a foam block, but it's the bricks. Maybe I will try to take these out. I don't know, guys, what I'm gonna do. Don't hold me to it. And the last one has rocks. I think the rocks are supposed to be glued in, and that one they just weren't glued in enough because there's a bunch of rocks in here. But it's a question mark. There you go. That was that amazing Father's Day gift. I actually appreciate it. I think it's kind of cool. We'll see how much mileage I get out of it as the time goes on. All right, let's get into games. The first one I'm going to show off is the one I'm most excited about for the month. I have not started it, and I actually beat Expedition 33. Believe it or not, I beat a video game from start to finish. I did the whole game. It's easily one of my favorite games of all time. I will hopefully do a dedicated video to Expedition 33. Those videos don't do well, so I probably won't try to do a really elaborate edited one with gameplay and stuff. But that game is absolutely phenomenal. If you're on the fence about it at all, I've said this before, don't be on the fence. There's no fence. It's an amazing game. Get off the fence, go play Expedition 33. But I finished it, and then we left for 5 days. My son had a baseball tournament. So I was gone, and I've been back for a couple days, but recovering from lots of drinking, lots of outdoor baseball, and it was just, I've been exhausted. So I haven't started yet, but I'm diving into it. Maybe tonight, we'll see how things go after this, but it's the Raito Remastered. I have this on the PS2, but I heard that the original was always really clunky and didn't handle best. The follow-up that's still on PS2, I heard is much better. They improved a lot of the gameplay because it's more like of an action RPG than a turn-based. So I was actually considering playing the first one this year as one of my retro games, but then when I heard about the remake, I was like, oh, I'm definitely just going to wait for the remake and play that instead. So this is the next game I'm diving into. I'm very excited to play it. I'm a huge, obviously, if you've watched this channel, Atlas fan, and, you know, the SMT series, especially. So very excited to dive into Raito. Then I was complaining last month that I did not find, or I've really not found a lot of PS2 stuff for a while, and I collect PS2. If you've never watched an episode or a video of mine before this, I do a lot of PS2, or I try to. I love PS2. So I just can't find it. I walked into my GameStop that I go in all the time, and they take retro games, but they never have new retro games. I don't think people deliver them, or they are always sold as soon as they get. I don't know what the situation, but they never had new stuff. They had the same 5 or 6 PS2 games that didn't have manuals, or I already have the game, so that was it. And I walked in one day and they had a huge stack, and I went through and I got almost all of them that had a manual they looked in good shape. And I took them up to the counter, and I was talking to the girl that was working there. And I was just saying, oh, I'm really excited that you guys got some stuff in. She goes, yeah, a woman brought them in. Her husband passed away, and this was his collection. I'm like, oh, well, that kind of takes the excitement out of buying them. But of course, I still did buy them because I figured, I guess supposedly he had a large collection, and the widow didn't know what to do with them. So obviously, I wouldn't have recommended taking them to GameStop, but good, whatever. I'm sure she doesn't really mind, hopefully. But anyways, I figured if he was a collector, that at least it's going to a collector, somebody that's going to value the games. So I'm hoping that, that's good karma. These will be a cherished part of my collection. And, my heart goes out to that individual and her family and his family. But I hope you guys know, they're not going to see this video. These games are going to go into, a good PS2 collection. So these are also too, if you're new, I only collect PS2 games complete in box. That's one of the few systems that I am going complete in box for. And I have a really long ways to go. I wrote it down in my log. I'm somewhere right around the 750 mark. So my goal now is to kind of get to 800 by the end of the year. if I can keep finding some deals and stuff like this. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to push myself to just like, oh, I got to hit 800, so I'm going to go online and buy them, but like on eBay or something, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, this is what I'd never heard of. It's called Pipe Mania, and it looks kind of just like from the pictures on the back, like either a puzzle game or maybe like a Bomberman style game. It's hard to tell. I haven't had time to pop any of these in because I was like not touching anything else except for Expedition 33 until I beat it. But it looks cool. I do like the art style that's on here. It looks very neat. So someday. Here's one that I just need it for the collection. I honestly will probably never put this in. I don't like the board game, and I'm sure I'm not gonna like this, but it's the Monopoly. So I got that. This one's kind of cool. It's the Activision Anthology. Over 45 radical games in one. None of them are radical, by the way, but it's still cool to have. And I love the classic art on that cover. So that's cool. That one will be fun. Like one night, I know at one night at some point, I will have somebody my age over. We'll be drinking, and we'll be like, "Oh, you remember these old games?" And we'll pop something like this in and play some of them. So that's cool. 25 to Life. Another one I didn't have. I don't know anything about this. I want to say, I'm assuming it's some Grand Theft Auto, either like knockoff or they were inspired by them. I don't know. We'll see. Even those are not my favorite type of games, so I don't know how much time I'll actually spend on that one. Here's ATV Off-Road Fury 4. I still don't think I have all these. I think I'm missing one or two. I didn't even know there was a fourth. Maybe there's a fifth. I don't know. I am just adding them as I see them. This one's cool. I was glad I found this. Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. It's one of the Tom Clancy games. And once again, this says the online play, but obviously that's not going to happen. But still cool. I have a lot of nostalgia for old clunky, well, they're clunky now, shooters. But back in the day, they were, top notch. Now you go back and play them and it's like, whew, we came a long way. But it's a lot of fun. And then this is cool. I have it on the Xbox, but I almost never play Xbox at all, like mine or my kids. So getting on PS2 is awesome. It is The Simpsons Road Rage. Very clean. All these were clean, by the way. So he must have taken really good care of them. So that's great. I'm happy that I can add them to my collection where I will also take good care of them. So yeah, these are all very nice games. There's how many? Seven of the more games I added to the PS2 collection from that. And then let's see. I will try to speed it up here because nobody's watching 12 minutes into this video. We do a huge garage sale in my neighborhood every year. They promote it on social media, blah, blah. So we usually get a good turnout. This year was like brutal hot, and it was just crummy. We didn't get anyone coming around at all. I actually had a bunch of doubles of video games and stuff out. A couple old, like systems I had, like a PS3. I have like three PS3s, and they're all the same. So I was gonna sell one, a Sega Genesis, like the base model, and I had them marked at like a third of what they go for online, and nobody even asked about them. So terrible year for ours. But my son did walk around. And he found both of these at somebody's garage sale, and he picked them up for me because I love adding to my Zelda collection. And I have some of them down here, if you can see. But these two are ones I didn't have. This is the Wind Waker. It's got the Ganondorf. And I don't know if you could tell on the video, this outer plastic is kind of yellowed, but I don't mind at all. I think that actually adds to the flavor. It just makes it look like cool and more like old and, retro. And then the other one is Zelda. These are called like Microland too, if you want to know. Or I guess this isn't Zelda, sorry. Tetra, my bad. But yeah, these are cool little sets. The like Uber kid in me kind of like, when he got me these two, I'm like, oh, I've got a lot of them now. I could start connecting these and play with them. But I think I'm just gonna leave them sealed for now. But yeah, that was cool. It was very nice of my son to pick those up for me. Okay, the last thing, set of games here I'm gonna show off. Like I said last month, I really want to go out and find games organically. It's not that I'm trying to find like a $200-$300 game that, at somebody's garage sale that they don't know what it's worth, and I'm getting it for $5. Like, oh, that, that's not going to happen anymore. Those kind of days are over. But I want to go out and find the game in the wild, like at a garage sale or, you know, half price books, even like, you know, something like that. I just want to see it there and like get to pick it up and look at it, and not just like go on eBay for every purchase. So one of the solutions, because I can't or just don't have time for video game conventions right now, you know, taking the time off work and traveling, that stuff's very hard. But right down the road for me, like 5 minutes, is the fairgrounds for my county. And they do like, not video game conventions, but they do like vintage shows or antique shows. The one they had last month was the vintage clothing show. So they bring old, used, dirty clothes from like the 70s, 80s, 90s and on, and they sell them for crazy prices, and people buy them for some reason I don't understand. I think it's crazy. My son really likes it. Apparently, if you're in high school now, it's cool to like old, dirty clothes. I'm too old to understand that. I don't want to understand it. Good for them. But there's always booths. It's a pretty big fairgrounds, and it's all indoors. But there's always booths that are selling old, you know, other stuff besides whatever the focus of that show is. And there's always people that have video games, Pokemon cards, old toys from the 80s like Ghostbusters and all that kind of shenanigans. So you're not going every single booth to find what you want, but there are enough booths hidden throughout the show that it's awesome. It's fun to walk upon one because you're like, oh, he's got some video games. And some are just dedicated to video games, so they have a, you know, really awesome selection to look through. And we went and I picked up a bunch of games, and I'm going to show you what I got. And that was the most excited I was all month for like video game hunting, because I'm like, this is great. This is what I want to do. And I'm so jealous of all you a-holes on YouTube that get to go to all the conventions and hunt video games all the time. Like, I get so jealous when I watch your videos. I love watching them, and it just sucks that I don't get to do it. Anyways, there we go. I just shared my feelings. The first one, this is I've wanted for a long time. Honestly, probably since I got really serious about video game collecting, like, I don't even know, 7, 8 years ago. This is, you know, very nostalgic for a lot of people my age from when we were kids. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. It's a super clean copy. I'm never going to get this from Video Games Monthly because it is a more expensive game. And they actually had this marked like $5 cheaper than like the average price on eBay. And it's super clean. Like, once again, I get to pick it up and look at it. The pins are all nice. The label's perfect on it. So yeah, very excited to pick this one up. And one video I want to do is just pick a selection of like a couple old video games that I know are tougher and have my son play them, because it's always fun to watch him do that. And hopefully you guys get a kick out of when we do that for Video Games Monthly, because it's so great to watch a young person try to play like a old, like tough video game. And this was tough. But as kids, we used to sit around and just like, you know, hype each other up and, you know, take one person, go as far as you can, and then switch. And it was just a great time. I have a lot of good memories. It's a super awesome game, and I'm glad that I have it. And then once again, they had a huge stack, or tons of PS2 games, but I only had so much cash, and I was not, you know, I wasn't going to go crazy. Though I guess I should have, because when am I going to get to go to another show? Anyways, once again, these are all complete in box. I looked at all the discs are in nice shape. The manuals are in nice shape. So great additions to the collection. First is Conflict Desert Storm 2 Back to Baghdad. I've never played this one. This is not a series that I got into, even though I did like shooters back then. That's one I don't have any experience with, so I don't know. Here's RS Riding Spirits, and it's just like you're just riding like crotch rockets, like racing, but it doesn't look like this. It looks like this is more of like a simulation, not like over the top where you get to like, you know, like hang out, like where you get to like hit people and stuff. It looks like just a straight up motorcycle racing game, so I don't know if I'd ever really get into that one. Here's one, it's called Stolen. I don't know anything about it, but it has like the classic PlayStation 2 cover art to it. So I'm just really digging that art. And I do want to give it a try. The back looks like it's going to be not great, but I don't care. It could be good. I don't know. I don't know if I should even say that, but there were like a lot of games that fell into this kind of genre back then. They were like, you know, really getting into the 3D graphics and Worlds, and we'll see how it handles. That'll be a big factor on how good it is. Here's one. I remember these were toys that I think my older son had a few when he was little, but these were after my time, so I don't know anything about this, but it's Bionicle Heroes. It just like kind of, to me, looks like a cheap like a Transformer knockoff. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something different. I don't know. But that's them on the back. I don't know. Anyways, they had that. This one looks cool. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's another boxing game. I mean, it looks like boxing. But what this doesn't look as serious. It's just called Black and Bruised. So obviously, as you could tell by the cover, it looks like the much more like, you know, lighthearted, like less intense, I guess. I don't even know how to describe it. But even the back, this little screenshots here, they look just like, you know, it looks kind of goofy. I don't know. We'll see. This will be a fun one to try one night. And the last one's another cool one, Rayman Arena. And these are once like I said, they're all complete in box, and the prices on all of them were phenomenal. They were like marked way below, like just like the standard rate on eBay. So I don't remember at all, guys, what I paid for everything, but it was like a good deal. I know that because I was like super excited to pick them up. There were like the few odd and end games that, you know, I'd pick up and I'd be like, oh, this is really cool, they have it, and it was marked like way over the value. And then there was the majority of them were marked like a decent amount under. So I don't know where they got their prices from, or if it was just from what their heart told them. I don't know. The last two, I try to add a Sega Genesis game to my collection every month, and I got to add it at the show this month instead of trying to find one online. Usually when I do online, it's I watch somebody talk about a Sega Genesis game in a video on YouTube, and then I add that to my short list of games that I want to pick up. And this is one actually I've wanted for a while, but they had it at the convention. Once again, marked well under what it goes for on eBay. And this is clean. It's complete. It's in very nice shape. I think, yeah, even the manuals was in really good shape. First of all, before I keep rambling tonight, I'm sorry, I'm in a good mood. It's Dinosaurs for Hire. And I've watched gameplay of this, and you play as like, I think one of 3 different dinosaurs, and it's just like a scroll, you know, like get through each level. And I think I don't know if they have different abilities or different guns. I forget the gimmick, but I know there's a couple of dinosaurs, and you're just, you know, scrolling through the levels, and it just looked really good. It looked like good graphics for the Genesis era, and it looked like fun. And what a weird concept. I think the dinosaurs are actually aliens that are like mercenaries. I don't remember, but it's been on my list for a long time, and I saw this one. There were a few others that I was really interested in, but I didn't want to go over my budget, and this is one I've wanted for a long time, so I jumped at it. Happy to add that. Then the last one, this is where I spent a decent chunk of change, but it was still marked like $50 less than what it goes for on eBay. And it is a shmup, which I know is like a terrible genre, and everyone that's normal hates it, but it's complete, and it's in really nice shape. And I am excited to add this one to the collection. It's Robo Aleste for the Sega CD. I haven't bought a Sega CD game in a while, and my collection is not big. I have 6 like regular Sega CD games, so I was very excited to add this. It is super complete. As you know, this is the actual manual. They don't have like a cover, but it even has the foam, and the foam is in like super nice shape. And the same with the game. The game is very, very nice. So it's super clean, and for like how cheap it was, and I was curious as to why. And I asked if it played because the disc looks fine. And he's like, oh yeah, we tested everything, because they had like a lot of other Sega CD games, and they were all way overpriced for what their normal rate is. So I don't know why he had this one so much less. If maybe somebody made a mistake, but I was going to capitalize on that because I still pay a lot, but I was glad to pay much less than what it goes for. So anyways, that's I thought that was a cool pickup. I'm happy to add a, you know, kind of a heavy hitter to the collection. But that was really it for the month. Not a lot of new stuff besides, well, nothing besides Rido, but I added a lot of retro stuff that I was really happy about. Yeah, and it's just, it was a good month for me for picking stuff up. So anyways, if you guys got anything cool last month, I'd love to, you know, to hear what it was. Just like, or if you did a video on your pickups, let me know if I haven't watched already, because I love watching those too. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a great month video gaming. Play Expedition 33 if you haven't. And yeah, that'll do it for me. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.